Hi guys, my name is Sydney, and welcome back to the Daily Ram. This is officially the first episode of season 3. So it's pretty exciting. I'm hosting now, so that's exciting too. And I don't know if you can tell by my hat, but it's Halloween. No, I don't wear that every day. So it's a pretty exciting way to kick things off. And to start, we're gonna have Gianna bringing back her segment Chef It Up, but this time it's not only Gianna, her mom's there too. And they're making witch brew brownies. So don't watch it if you're hungry. I made that mistake, and I hope you like it. Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Chef It Up with Gianna. This time I went home.
Hi.
I'm with my mom, and what are we gonna do?
We are going to treat ourselves with leftover Halloween candy, and we're going to make brownies, witch brew brownies. And you're going to do it with all the candy that you get for Halloween. What do you do with it? Well, I'm going to show you. These are all the things that we're going to need to make our witch brew brownies with our leftover candy. First, what you have to do is get a regular box of brownie mix and follow the directions. Put the brownie mix in there.
How many cups of water?
Quarter cup of water. And there it goes. We're going to need to put a half a cup of vegetable oil.
And how many eggs?
2 eggs.
So after everything is in this bowl, you're just gonna mix it up.
With an electric mixer. The non-stick spray. And just make sure you cover the whole thing on the sides. Gonna pour it in. 1, 2, 3. Voila. Make sure nice and smooth. You're gonna use not a lot of candy, just some candy, and follow the directions of baking. The bake right in. Kit Kats, anything that you have, any leftover candy.
After you're done putting all the candy in here like this, you're gonna put it in your preheated oven, which is at 350, and then keep it in there for about 20 minutes. So when you're making this, you might be like, oh my god, this is so much candy. No, there's no such thing as too much candy. Remember, we're making all of this with our excess and leftover candy from Halloween, right?
That's right. And why do you think it's too much? You're treating yourself. Yummy.
All right, so now we're gonna do our taste test when it cools off. And I'm gonna try and get my dad and my sister to join us. I don't know about Alyssa, but my dad will definitely have a bite, so we'll be back in a second. All right, we're gonna taste our witch's brew brownies. Ready?
It's slamming.
It's slamming. All right, guys, definitely give it a try. We'll see you on next episode of Chef It Up with Gianna, and enjoy your witch's brew.
Bye, guys. Good night. Happy Halloween.
Bye. Hi, guys. I'm one of your other hosts, Gianna. Sydney, I absolutely love your costume, and I love the hat. Way to get into the Halloween spirit. Next, for our segment, I'm going to introduce you to Luann Roth's interview, and she has some very interesting stuff to say. And if you guys like ghost stories, this is definitely one to check out.
Hi everyone, I'm Michaela from the Daily Ram, and today we are interviewing Dr. Luann Roth. She's a professor here at URI in the Writing and Rhetoric department, and she is a folklorist. So, first of all, my first question is, can you tell us about your background in folklore, how you got into it, what you find interesting about this?
Yeah, that's a long story, so I'm going to try to give you the abbreviated version. I went into folklore studies because I was interested in what made people tick, basically, and it seemed like a good way to understand what was important to people, like what's important to pass on, what's important to practice in terms of ritual or other traditions, and yeah, that's the bottom line, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. And so within folklore, a lot of people do kind of lump paranormal studies into that. My first question is, do you believe in ghosts, and what is your conceptualization of the paranormal?
Wow, you're going to go right there. I'm a solid I don't know.
Me too.
I have a number of close friends and family who have had experiences that they can only explain in terms of ghosts and haunting, and those are people I trust and they're credible to me, and so I believe that they experienced what they say they experienced. And then at other times I hear these stories, like just a little bit ago when Ryan was saying he'd heard footsteps in Roosevelt Hall, and I think then I become the skeptic and I think, well, but that could be something else. And so I guess I'm basically right on the fence.
Yeah, because it is difficult. You want to believe it for psychological reasons, comfort, and then also science. It's not something that can be definitively proven. So that's definitely, as a researcher, a gray area, I'm sure. So let's kind of move on to campus. The campus rumor mill is constantly turning about ghost stories, whether it's Roosevelt or the Chi Omega House. I'm wondering what you've heard, if you've seen anything, or just what your take is on URI hauntings.
Yeah, so I this is now my 4th year at URI, so I don't know that I've been here long enough to pick up on many of the stories, but I have heard a lot, and I've heard a lot about Roosevelt Hall. There was one class I just queried the class, and there were like 5 people in that class who had experienced something in Roosevelt Hall that they attribute to ghosts or hauntings. So I found that to be really interesting. Yeah, as a folklorist, it isn't so much like, what is interesting to me isn't whether or not they're real, it's what people make of it, like how they interpret it, why they're important to people, and what they say about our values and beliefs and stuff like that.
For sure, and definitely the idea of like crafting a narrative to make sense of things is folklore, so that's very relevant.
Because you might think, oh, they're just ghost stories, right?
Yeah.
It's just like around the campfire, they're just entertainment, but folklorists take them very seriously because they tell a lot about people. Right? Yeah. So what do people believe about the existence of like life after death, right? Yeah. Does it just end when we die, or is there a way in which our bodies or our souls continue on? And so ghost stories like basically cause us to question all of these things that we think we know about the world, right? If ghosts really exist, then our conceptions of life and death can't be as we thought they were. So like they just kind of throw everything into disarray. It's always like belief is debated, negotiated, somehow, like, and always belief is entertained in those stories, and I as a folklorist find that to be really fascinating.
Yeah, definitely. Well, thank you so much for joining me to talk about this, and thank you guys for watching. We will see you in our next segment.
All right, so for our next segment, we're going to be introducing Michaela, and she's done 3 and 3. So if you like scary movies, she's going to break down some of the best horror movie characters. So it's definitely worth watching, and yeah, enjoy.
Hey there, welcome to a new segment that we like to call the Top 3 and 3. I'm Michaela Sullivan. This episode, we're going to unpack a few notable characters from some classic Halloween movies and rank them. So maybe make yourself some pumpkin cookies, put on a Snuggie, make a nice cup of tea, and enjoy the Daily Ram's Top 3 and 3. Kicking us off at number 3, you know him. Hopefully you don't love him. It's Ghostface. What's up? This dude made his first debut in the 1996 version of Scream, and he's been featured in various sequels and even the TV show for the series. One of the most memorable things about Ghostface, aside from constantly looking like he's about to catch a goldfish in his mouth, is that he calls his victims before he murders them. It's sick, it's twisted, it's not very chill, but it's what makes him a great horror movie antagonist. Next up, she gatekeeps, she gaslights, she girl bosses. It's Winifred Sanderson from Hocus Pocus. First off, she absolutely wrecked the guy who cheated on her with her sister. Nobody can criticize her for that. Maybe sewing his mouth shut was a little bit much, but honestly, I get it. Winifred captured my heart from the moment she appeared on my screen with this glorious quip.
Oh, look. Another glorious morning. Makes me sick.
She's the smartest and therefore the most sinister Sanderson sister. Say that 5 times fast. And we stan. If we didn't put Michael Myers in the #1 spot, this segment would lose all credibility. This guy has been haunting the dreams of children and adults alike since his first debut in the 1978 film Halloween. At the ripe old age of 6, when his friends were busy trading baseball cards or pulling on TV antennas, whatever it is they did in the 60s, this guy was committing his first murder, which is objectively bad, but when you look at it through the lens of horror movies, kinda cool. Not to mention, he's legit invincible. Jamie Lee Curtis has killed this dude like a dozen times and he keeps coming back for more. So that's why he's going in our #1 spot. Alright guys, thank you for watching this week's Top 3 and 3. I hope you guys have a very happy and safe Halloween.
Alright, thank you guys so much for checking out Season 3's first episode this semester. I have one last thing I want to say to you guys before we leave or before you're logged off. Please get your flu shots. Please keep getting tested. The numbers are going up like crazy and I care for every single one of you and every single member on my team. So please, please, please keep getting tested and get those flu shots. It's so important. All right, guys. Bye.